Hello my friends and fans, and welcome to Doom. What is Doom? It's basically a reboot of the Doom series, and it's the first major installment in the series since the release of Doom 3 in 2004. Not long before that, I actually bought my first Xbox, and Doom was what got me so excited about first-person shooters as well as first-person horror survival games. What I still remember as of this day is the atmosphere and the great weapons. I was hooked from the very beginning, and I couldn't wait to play the expansion pack that came out in 2005. During the recent multiplayer beta, I was a bit concerned that this new game won't deliver as expected, as I just didn't get that old feeling back. And I learned quickly that most Doom fans felt the same as I did. We all could only wait and hope. At the start of this game, my worries continued as it reminded me more of Halo than any of the Doom games. But once you get your first power gun, which is pretty awesome, a pretty awesome shotgun, it starts to feel more and more like Doom, and those old feelings start coming back. Well, this is pretty creepy, isn't it? But I just had to have this scene in. I thought it was so cool, and it reminds me actually of Aliens. So like most single-player games, you have access to a map, in this case a 3D map, which lets you through the different levels or elevations, so you can find the objective, armor, the out-of-map locations, collectibles, data logs, echoes, and health stations. Then during the game, you earn weapon upgrade points, which lets you upgrade any weapon you own with wonderful attachments and such. And you can do the same with your suit. And then you can look at maps and artifacts, and there's tutorials and other things like in other games. And on every level, you find at least one health station where you can fully restore your health. However, I didn't need those very often, as I constantly renewed my health doing so-called glory kills, which are basically melee kills you can do when an enemy is weakened, and you know when the time is right because the enemy starts glowing blue, and the more you do glory kills, the more you get hooked on them. You just can't get enough of them, or at least I can't get enough of them. I'm sure most people just love them because they're just so much fun to do. And you can see me here kind of play a cat and mouse game with this guy, which he's very tough to kill. He has a lot of power, and he takes a long time to take down. And you can see here's now glowing blue, and I take him down, I collect all the health, and you get also ammo from those glory kills. A little bit further into the game, you find those green glowing signs in hidden locations. Those are so-called rune trials, which are challenges to get rewards like power upgrades. You can ignore those, of course, but they are pretty fun to do. And here's the part that really brought back that original feeling of creepiness, blood and gore, especially with the rocket launcher. Enemies with shields are tough to kill at the beginning of the game, but I quickly learned that the plasma gun does a great job at depleting their shields quickly, so you can take them out before they zap you with them, and those shields can really take you down fast. And then there are those locations where you kind of remove this kind of egg thingy here, or heart from that monster thing, whatever it is, nest. And whenever you do that, hell breaks loose and you just get attacked from all sides. And you can see I'm trying to use my chainsaw here. Chainsaw is actually something you get at the really kind of almost beginning of the game, and it's a fun tool to take out those big guys. As you can see, I damaged him actually a lot faster than before because I started to learn how to take those guys down faster, but they're still pretty a challenge. They can really do power jumps on top of you, and you go down pretty fast. But I would say every single weapon in this game is really a ton of fun to use, and there's different weapons for different situations, and you always have a secondary way to kill people. So if you pull the left trigger, for example, you have a completely different way of using the weapon than with the right trigger. So don't forget to use that left trigger, because it actually, like in this case, the shotgun actually gets charged up when you pull the left trigger, and then you have like a very powerful shot where you just take the enemies down super quickly, especially the smaller enemies. And every weapon has that, and you know, the more upgrades you get, the more you can make your weapon like exactly the way you want it to have. So the movement in this game is extremely fluid, and the guns look amazing and handle extremely well, and it's very satisfying killing the various enemies, especially since there's always plenty of cover. Not that you're actually going to necessarily have any time to hide behind cover, but you will use the cover to jump on top and just run around it to kind of confuse the enemy and flank them from the sides. And I just kind of have a lot of fun flanking enemies, because a lot of them you can actually kill them a lot faster if you come from behind, and you just learn very quickly that you can never stand still. If you do want to survive in this game, if you want to do well, you have to just keep moving, even if you feel like the enemies give you a hard time even kind of moving. A lot of times they stand in your way and they don't let you move through. And by the way, this is the super shotgun, which is very satisfying in the single player. I don't feel the super shotgun is as powerful in the multiplayer. Here literally can kill them with like one shot, and in the multiplayer I feel like you need like 4 shots before someone goes down. Until then, most likely you are down and the other guy is still alive. So, but you know, definitely if you get the super shotgun in the single player, you need to try it out. It's so much fun to use. So what is my verdict on this game, or at least on the single player? Well, I have to say this game is a lot of fun, and it delivers the thrill and satisfaction most gamers love. And if you loved Doom 3 the way I have, then you will fall in love with this game immediately, and you will not stop playing until you just can't play anymore. And you know, the only reason I stopped playing is because I just had to go to bed. I had something going on. I would have loved to play this whole single player in one sitting. It was that much fun. It's a never-ending fun. So if you are a Doom fan, or if you're first-person shooter fan, if you love some gory games, I definitely recommend this if you're still thinking about it. And I'm making a big mistake here. I'm going here to get that box open while enemies are still near me, and I get taken down, but I'll try again and I'll do better next time. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.